Even grandmasters blunder in their endgames. You're already ahead of 90% of chess players just by actually trying to learn endgame. Most people just learn opposition and the ladder checkmate and say they know everything about endgames. This video covers top 5 endgame principles that every serious chess player must know. It will be a fun and practical video. So let's start. So tip number 1 is passed pawns must be pushed. What does that mean? So first of all, what are passed pawns? Passed pawns are simply pawns which have no pawns in front of them or besides them. So in this example, this is a passed pawn because it has no pawns in front of them or no pawns here to block it. So in this position, what white should do here is simply push this pawn. So let's just say they play this and the black plays d5, and there is no way to stop this pawn for the black king because the black king can't make it on time to stop this pawn, and we would just end up queening with this pawn, and we are completely winning in this endgame because we have a passed pawn. So whenever you see a passed pawn, you should shift your focus completely to pushing that passed pawn. Now tip number 2 is if you don't have passed pawns, you should try to create them. So in this example, we don't have a passed pawn, but we have a queen side majority. That means we have 3 pawns here and my opponent in this side only has 2 pawns here, and the king is very far away from these pawns. So what we can play is a4, and if they play this, we can simply take this pawn. So they will probably take our pawn, and now we have successfully created a passed pawn. And this pawn can't be stopped, and this pawn will become a queen soon. There is no way this king can stop this pawn. Even in the middle game, your goal should be to create passed pawns. Okay, so now tip number 3 is that further advanced pawns are more valuable than pawns which are stuck at their original position. In this position, you might think that our king is behind and this king can just come here and take these pawns, and we are just losing here, right? But this is quite kind of a famous position here. It's also a puzzle. What we are supposed to do with white here is play b6, and doesn't matter which pawn they choose to take with. Let's just say they choose to take with the a pawn. What we are going to do now is play c6, and if they take, we are going to queen, and if they take this, we have a passed pawn here and we are going to queen like this. So always remember that further advanced pawns like these here are these pawns are more valuable than these pawns because we actually push them forward from their original position, and these pawns are very close to queening. This is basically just common sense now. Alright, now tip number 4 is opposition. I know that most of you guys already know this technique, but this is for like the beginner audience. So the question is, how do you make this pawn into a queen? Well, if you push, it would be a draw. So never make the mistake of pushing this pawn. Instead, what you gotta do is take opposition, covering all these squares so that the enemy king can't enter any of these squares. Now, if they go here, we flank to the opposite side. Don't go here because you would just end up wasting time. Instead, go here. Go to the opposite side. Now, if they go here, we can simply push the pawn. No worries. If they go here, now we can't push the pawn because it would be a draw. Instead, first we have to take opposition again. Now they're going to go here. Now we can push the pawn. Again, they go here. Now take opposition, covering all these squares. They're going to go here or here, doesn't matter where they go. Now you are completely winning because you have made a little red carpet for your pawn to promote. Now, no matter what black does, this pawn is queening. No one can stop this pawn from becoming a queen. Let's just say they go here. We give a check. They go here. They give a check. They go here and we queen. And I'm sure you can checkmate the black king with a queen and a king, right? Okay, so tip number 5 and the final tip is pretty important in your endgames. So in this position, what you're supposed to do is activate your king. Bring your king near the center. So if you want to maybe go here and take all these pawns, you can do that. If you want to stay with your king over here, you can also do that. So whenever you get a chance in the endgame, you get your king to the center because there are not many pieces here. Like there are not enough pieces that could attack and checkmate the king. So the king is going to be safe for the endgame because Do you really think this knight is going to somehow checkmate the white king? No, right? If it was a queen, maybe, but this time it's a knight, and even queen alone wouldn't be able to checkmate our king. So it's smart to bring your king to the center and maybe just closer to the center and activate the king, because in the end game your king becomes a powerful beast. If you are tired of losing 8 games just to win 1 and you are actually serious about leveling up, I got something for you, and it's completely free. I made a 30-day chess plan ebook designed to help you gain 200 elo without frying your brain on 47 opening lines you will forget tomorrow. It's free, so you have no excuses.